What is going on, Rollercoaster? Welcome back.
Hey, what's going on?
I am so excited for this match right here. We have got the grudge match. The fairy dark type that hits 4 times super effective into Guzzlord's fairy and dragon, or I'm sorry, dark and dragon type.
Yes.
Guzzlord
Yes,
versus Grimmsnarl for all the tacos.
Yes. I didn't realize that Adam was going around making taco bets with people. I would very much like to get in on that. If I can get free torchies, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, you see, I offered to cover this one just because I wanted to up the stakes. We're doing a torchies bet. Been a wild week for everyone. A little bit of torchies could maybe bring some joy. I'm super excited about this. Chase, if you're still hanging out in chat, you want to go and tweet this out so that everyone knows. Come check this out. We've got Grimmsnarl versus Guzzlord. Maybe Rollercoaster will do his best Guzzlord impersonation. I don't know.
That just involves me screaming aggressively, so I probably shouldn't do it.
Yeah. Let's look at these teams. What do you say? From Santacos, we've got the Guzzlord, we got the Kartanas. It's a double Ultra Beast, as well as the Incineroar, a Pokemon that Santacos hates. But he told me, I'm taking it seriously because I'm bringing the ugly cat. As well as that Zacian, Dusclops, and finally a Tapu Fini trying to probably pressure some super effective fairy attacks into the opposing Grimmsnarl.
Yes, and Nibs has Gosterior, Tapu Lele, Reshiram, Pheromosa, Riolu, and Grimmsnarl, of course.
Do you want to go over the grudge match rules real quick as we go into the leads here?
Yes, they must, I believe it's game 1, they must both bring the Grimmsnarl and the Guzzlord, and at some point during the set, they have to max. It doesn't have to be during game 1, it just has to happen in general at some point.
Yeah, they both have to max at some point. Both of these players have reason to something offensive ready to go. We see right off the bat, here they are as the leads. We've got the Grimmsnarl from Nibs alongside that Reshiram versus, you know what it is, it's the Guzzlord versus and the Incineroar. Getting an Intimidate down onto this Grimmsnarl, which is probably going to be more offensive than most Grimmsnarls given the rule set. That Intimidate's pretty big.
Yes, and also, you may be thinking, isn't Grimmsnarl a bad Pokemon to max? Don't you not want to max your Grimmsnarl? To which I'd say, you clearly never played Nibs. He doesn't need a reason to max his Grimmsnarl. He just does it all the time.
Yeah,
will it be this time? Who knows?
Nibs is one of my favorite players because you don't know what's coming out, and sometimes it will just completely surprise you. You see a Lapras Grimmsnarl lead. What do you expect? Gigantamax that Lapras. What do you get? A Dynamax Grimmsnarl and a freeze dry coming out.
Yes. Well, based on Guzzlord's, I think it's like base 48 speed or something around that. And in seeing that Adam is the first one to Dynamax, I'm going to take a wild guess and say that Nibs did not Dynamax this turn.
I think that's a safe assumption here. We might get some information about some of these items. I'm really curious how these trainers opted to go ahead and build their Pokemon. We see right off the bat the Grimmsnarl is carrying Fake Out, gonna Fake Out that Incineroar, as well as go for an Earth Power. That's gonna be a lot of damage, but Incineroar takes it really well. Maybe giving away the item on that Incineroar, you think?
Yeah, that definitely looks like Assault Vest damage to me. And Reshiram survives the Whirlwind. That's amazing.
We might be seeing another Assault Vest right there. Right off the bat, both these trainers showing their hands with where their Assault Vests are.
Yeah. But I think it's a little bit scarier for Nibs because so obviously getting rid of this Incineroar would be really, really good for Nibs. They stop Intimidate cycling, you stop the Fake Out pressure, you stop any type of Parting Shot. But wait, it
has Parting Shot? It is not Assault Vest.
It's not Assault Vest. It just tanked that.
Yeah,
wow, that's
that must
crazy.
Be a very, very bulky Reshiram. Not carrying a whole lot of special attack. I mean, we didn't see the Life Orb on it. So that's one thing to note. So, typically with the Reshiram, you see probably Life Orb is its most common. Here it is. We've got it. I don't think it's going to be that Reshiram that's Dynamaxing right here. I think we're about to see the Dynamax Grimmsnarl. I don't think it's going to be Gigantamax here.
Thank you for the WandaVision pod, Nino Pokebros. I love this show, and I will represent it any chance that I get. Also, let's take a moment to note that Nibs decided to max his -2 Grimmsnarl.
Well, it's only... Oh, yeah, it is -2, the max Wormend as well. Here we see the blue flare coming out, doing about as much as that Earth Power did previously. Super effective move, but getting the benefit of stab. Definitely helping.
Yeah, really thought that something like the Wormwood would have been the pay, and this -2 Starfall is not going to get the KO.
Yeah, that's not doing a whole lot of damage here. We see Gil VGC in chat, not again. I know that in the past, Gil had to face down this Dynamax Grimmsnarl. I don't think it ended well for you, did it, Gil?
Yeah. And now Nibs' Grimmsnarl is at -3 and on the fast track to be at -4. Oh, also Adam has a Zacian, which is obviously not something Grimmsnarl wants to face at any point.
No, especially with Dynamax. I mean, like, the thing is, Behemoth Blade really just offsets the effect of the Dynamax HP, so however much damage it would do when you're un-Dynamax is how much damage it would do when you are Dynamax, so it doesn't really change the calculation. For a while, I thought that was different, but kind of given the change in it, it's roughly the same calculation. So we do see the Max Ooze getting a special attack boost onto both this Tapu Fini as well as this Guzzlord, and you know what that means?
Beast boost!
Let's get an exclamation
get its
boost
way to
in chat.
+2. And Guzzlord looks like it's ready to screech its way to... Oh! Nibs has a Tapu Lele! That Guzzlord is dead!
Yeah, you see, I was a little concerned that Adam had brought in the Misty Train, lowering his own, dragon-type attacks from this Grimmsnarl, but now you don't have to worry about that, but not that you can go for a dragon-type attack with 2 fairies on the other side of the field. Really, really putting on a lot of pressure on this Pokemon that takes 4 times super effective damage from fairy-type moves.
Yeah, most definitely. I don't know a Guzzlord that's going to be able to survive a Moonblast from a Tapu Lele, Specs or otherwise. Tapu Lele is one of the strongest of the Tapus. Yeah, it's not looking good for Guzzlord right now, but I mean that doesn't mean that the match is shifting that much momentum, because Adam still has an Incineroar, he still has a Zacian, which are both very, very effective against both of Nibs' fairies.
Yep, we do see a switch out here from this Tapu Fini. From the Tapu Fini into that Incineroar, dropping this Grimmsnarl yet again now -3 here. No, -4?
-4
-4,
now.
yeah. Intimidate, Max Wormend, Parting Shot, as well as a second Intimidate. Nibs opting for Max Guard here, and that's going to be mirrored by Max Guard from Adam. Kind of a no turn from these two Pokemon as Tapu Lele's Moonblast goes directly into that. Guzzlord not going to do any damage, obviously, but with the Psychic Terrain up, this Incineroar can't go for a Fake Out next turn. This Guzzlord's probably going to want to switch out of here pretty quickly.
Yeah, Guzzlord, I mean, like, it's so hard because you don't want to lose your +2 on your Guzzlord. But I mean, it just can't take the Moonblast, and honestly, like, I don't think anything wants to switch into this particularly well either. Like, Zacian's your best bet, but that's something you really don't want taking chip damage, and even though it's a resisted hit, it's probably still going to do a lot. Honestly, like, I think that Nibs might want to get that Grimmsnarl out of there because it's at -4 right now, and I just don't see it doing damage at the moment.
Yeah, he's already lost 1 Pokemon, so his ability to cycle it out is quickly dwindling here. I don't think that this Incineroar is threatening a KO on anything. But yeah, this Tapu Lele is going to do a bunch of damage into whatever just switched in.
Yeah. Fini is the choice to come in, reset the terrain, get it to the Misty so you have the chance to Fake Out and do other priority stuff later. Also reduces the power of the Psychic moves that Lele can go for. Just switch and Fake Out. Okay, I mean, like, that's kind of fair. Like, Grimmsnarl is at -4 right now. It's not really doing anything.
Does this KO here? Yeah, okay. It does get 32 HP.
It's not so weak that it can't do 32 HP. The current poll is, have you seen WandaVision?
Ooh.
Yes, I have.
100%. We keep saying this, when are we doing a chat in the Discord and the voice call for WandaVision discussion time? I know that's not necessarily here nor there, but that's the kind of stuff that we are looking to do more in the Discord, because I'm tired of only talking about this. As much as I love my wonderful girlfriend, I would love to talk to other people about it as well, because I want to hear all the theories. I want to hear everything. There's a lot of really awesome stuff going on. We were talking beforehand, but here, let's get back to the game here. We're still in game number 1 in set number 5, the taco bet here. Winner will get torch cheese tacos, 2 tacos of choice, plus an order of queso.
And looks like Nibs finally makes the call to switch out the Grimmsnarl, seeing as how Incineroar is no longer a factor. He did bring the Pheromosa, which is really, really good to have. It's super fast. I believe it's faster than the Zacian. Moonblast comes out. He calls the Protect correctly and gets a lot of damage off onto this Feeny, which looks like it definitely puts it in range of something like a Poison Jab from Pheromosa if he has it.
Yeah, for sure. This Pheromosa, obviously threatens a bunch of damage with something like a close combat into that Guzzlord, and it also makes it, do you really want to switch into a close combat with your Zacian here? You really gotta think, is it time to go ahead and sack the token mon of this set for Adam, the Guzzlord? Nibs expertly pivoted that -4 Grimmsnarl away, and now Adam doesn't have any ability to drop that Grimmsnarl's attack anymore.
And honestly, I think that what Adam needs to do at this point is just do everything he can to get rid of that Pheromosa, because that's really the only thing that I think can.
Do we just see speed swap on the switch in?
Let's go!
We see a Moonblast take this Pheromosa down to its sash. It's gonna go down here if this Guzzlord also targeted it, but it's really gonna depend on what this Guzzlord targeted here. We see the Sludge Bomb come out, and it's into the Grimmsnarl, gonna hit super effective damage. Not enough. We see
it's
reveal
really
the item
policy.
Amazing. This Grimmsnarl is now incredibly fast at +2 attack with no means of dropping that attack anymore. Good luck.
Yeah, that's an amazing turn for Nibs. He can go for a Spirit Break into the Tapu Fini, presumably he has it, and his Pheromosa should still be faster than the Guzzlord, because there's no way the Grimmsnarl is slower. And just going for a close combat should also get a KO there. And then you can try and reposition later for Zacian in the late game, but I think things are looking pretty good for Nibs right now.
Yeah, even if he switches out that Pheromosa back into the Tapu Lele, he preserves that speed advantage on the Zacian for later. So here, yeah, we just see that Spirit Break is going to be enough to pick up the Tapu Fini here. And let's see how much this Pheromosa is going to be doing into this Guzzlord.
Yeah, close combat. That's definitely going to get a KO.
No.
Oh, no, it just misses it, which is actually really bad. This is, Guzzlord gets its own policy. It's going to get a KO, and depending on what it went for, this could be a really rough position for Nibs.
Goes for the Grimmsnarl here, and now this Pheromosa is stuck in and going to be slower than the Zacian. Gonna get this Beast Boost. This is now a +3 Guzzlord. The swing that just happened from the fastest Grimmsnarl you've ever seen at +2 attack into the strongest Guzzlord at +3 special attack. What a swing of events that quickly.
Yeah, that's really, really unfortunate, because I don't think that Nibs has a way to KO this Zacian now, and more importantly, he can't reset the speed on his Pheromosa. Like, I'm genuinely surprised that close combat did not KO, and that's obviously super bad. And now it looks like Adam can just Behemoth Blade his way to victory.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know, it's like the only tech left is you hope that the Tapu Lele gets targeted and you speed swap into the Zacian, but then you lose to the Guzzlord. I don't know. There's not really a play here.
I think if Nibs is like Scarf Tapu Lele and gets off like a Shadow Ball and then a close combat into the Zacian, and Guzzlord goes for Protect, because if he can get rid of the Zacian this turn, I think either one of his Mon can beat the. No, it's not Scarf.
It's not
that's
Scarf,
probably gonna be the game.
Now, if something like a speed swap went into this Zacian, things could get a little interesting, but being on a focus sash, you can't really tank two moves, and unless you've got some kind of spread move here that I'm unaware of, getting like Bug Buzz or something, wouldn't really work out well for you.
Yeah, it looks like even a close combat crit wouldn't have saved Nibs there, but I don't know if that's just a roll or if Guzzlord is just way tankier than I thought that they was. But I'm just genuinely surprised this lived the close combat.
Yeah, for sure. I am too. And I'm wondering if that changes how Nibs might play a game too.
Yeah. Obviously, that's something he's going to need to consider. But I mean, like the switch into Grimmsnarl and the speed swap was an amazing turn.
It was. I'm almost wondering if he doesn't switch out that if he doesn't switch out the Pheromosa earlier into the Tapu Lele, just to go ahead and reset the speed and then be in a position where you are faster, maybe that gets you a slight advantage, especially if you see another Protect come out from that Guzzlord on that turn. I'm not sure, though.
Yeah. And then the other kind of like scary thing here is that does Nibs have tools to get rid of Zacian? He has the Reshiram, but he kind of, I don't want to say like it took like way too much damage game one to be preserved for later.
Yeah.
So I really think that he needs to preserve his tools to get rid of Adam's steel types.
Yeah, it is tough with the steel types, and kind of looking at what Nibs has here. Your most effective way through those steel types also hit you pretty super effectively with you know, your Ice Force, as well as, you know, Glasteria, and that Reshiram we saw isn't really the huge damage dealer on this team, not carrying that Life Orb. You know, potentially just something significantly bulkier, but we saw how little that Earth Power did into a non-Shucka Ensign. I was actually kind of shocked at that.
Yeah, it's like Nibs has 3 Steel Weeks, a Pheromosa, and a Riolu. So like
he has
5 out of
Steel
6
Weeks.
of his members will die to a Behemoth Blade if it hits, and if a Focus Sash is not intact. Also, Focus Sash is on the Pheromosa, so I have no idea what item the Riolu has.
Yeah, I don't know. I hope we see the Riolu this game. I think we could see some really interesting stuff. Looks like Adam is thinking about something slightly different here. Looking at maybe going for some Dusclops Trick Room shenanigans here.
Tiki knows the Riolu item.
I know Tiki does. I'm trying to bluff like I don't know what it is. Tiki sent me the paste. I'm very excited to see this set, and I really hope we get to see all the techs that were built into this team. It was really well thought out, this meme. I know it's funny that, you know, we're seeing Dynamax Grimmsnarl, but the plan here is I want to see it executed. But I know that Incineroar makes it so much harder.
Intriguing. Well, here's the Riolu and the Reshiram. What I have considered a classic staple lead of VGC 2021 in Series 8. I can't tell you how many times I've gone up against Riolu Reshiram. It's too many to count.
Yeah, Riolu Reshiram is, I mean, like, it's about as standard as it gets, so, like, I apologize for the very boring match that we're currently presenting with Riolu Reshiram, the Riri, or
the classic Riri core.
Yeah, the core of Riri. And we actually see here, it's going to be a turn 1 switch into the Grimmsnarl. I think we're about to see this tech. I wish it had been Dynamax Grimmsnarl because I'm a little bit nervous. We see a Protect come out from this Guzzlord as a Bullet Punch goes into the Grimmsnarl, self-rocking the weakness policy. We're about.
Oh wait, it's the Pickpocket Grimmsnarl, isn't it?
It is.
Wait, what does it get?
It gets a life.
I love it.
See, here's the thing: is if Nibs had been in on that turn with the Grimmsnarl lead, he could have Dynamaxed and KO'd that Dusclops before Trick Room went up. That's what I would have loved to have seen. Yeah.
But does Grimmsnarl survive a +2 Sludge Bomb?
Yeah, I mean, that's the real question.
It's not stab and it's fairly weak, and Grimmsnarl is actually, I mean, like, it's not surprisingly bulky. It's just been known to be a very bulky Pokemon.
Yeah, it's you clearly, Maxus definitely doesn't get this at +2. And I think
does Riolu have Copycat?
It has
It can reverse the Trick Room right now.
If it's Copycat, that would be insanely great. If not, it's going to go for a Coaching here, I think, which would, you know, obviously go ahead and get this Grimmsnarl an additional boost in its attack stat. But I'm really curious here. What are we about to see?
Yeah. Nibs is Dynamaxing his Grimmsnarl, the classic Nibs play.
Yeah.
I do really like the Bullet Punch Pickpocket tech. That's really, really cool.
Yeah. You know, just who would have thought before 2020, VGC 2020 and 2021, would it make sense to hit yourself with a Life Orb Pokemon?
Does it have Copycat?
Oh, it didn't go for the Copycat.
Yeah, it didn't go for the Copycat. Looks like it didn't go for any priority move.
Yeah, interesting.
What non-priority move does this Riolu have? And if this Ooze KOs the Grimmsnarl,
nope.
It lives! Yes!
Grimmsnarl is about to get off a gigantic amount of damage here.
Oh man, that is huge.
Did you forget Prankster is the question that Tiki is currently asking. The Dusclops has now been KO'd. And
does Rael get an... I thought its only ability was Prankster.
no, I believe its hidden ability is something else.
Oh, dang! Jin's raiding us. Thanks
What's
so
up,
much,
Jin?
man.
Oh, it looks like it is a Prankster Riolu on this Riolu here. Thanks so much, Jin. Welcome, everyone. We are ATX VGC. We're currently doing our Monday Night Friendlies. Y'all are witnessing the middle of a grudge match. Adam Santacos has challenged Nibs to a matchup of the two Pokemon you see currently Dynamax. The Dynamax Guzzlord versus the Dynamax Grimmsnarl. This Grimmsnarl currently at +3 with a Life Orb. Yeah, it looks like Nibs has just messaged me. He forgot the Prankster on the Riolu, which is tragic in this case, but hopefully he can find a way to bring this back. This Grimmsnarl has got a ton of damage, so welcome everyone. So excited y'all are here. Can we get a shout out for Jin too? Really awesome content creator, doing a bunch. I know also a TPL member of Tiki with the Houston Fusion Bolts, if I'm not mistaken. Rooting for y'all here in the playoffs of TPL, so.
Yeah, Jin's a super cool guy, and I highly doubt that anyone who watches our stream hasn't heard of him, but just a super high energy dude, very cool. Check him out if you haven't. Back to the game. Grimmsnarl's taken a lot of damage, and I'm really not sure how Nibs is going to get himself out of this pen. Obviously, Max Guard's going to be able to stall himself some time, but I don't know how much that's going to get him for the long run. Super clutch bullet punch, big damage.
We appreciate you there, little Riolu. This Guzzlord calling the Max Guard, it looks like, or perhaps just banking on the fact that this Tapu Fini is probably going to be slower than this Grimmsnarl. And yeah, the fact that it's not Prankster really hurting Nib, so even if it had something like Copycat, it would have been really rough. This Guzzlord is now at +3, and that's an exclamation boost in the chat for the Beast Boost. Do you want to say it?
Beast Boost! Yeah, the Guzzlord's at +4 now?
It hasn't been hit by super effective.
The weakness policy, one from the Sludge Bomb and one from the KO on Riolu.
That's right, yeah.
Reshiram comes back in. I think this is a Salt Vest Reshiram, so it can't really protect. I don't know what it's going to be able to do in return. I think that Nibs might have something like his Lele in the back, which he's trying to preserve, which also might be Specs. I'm not 100% sure. It's just a normal item that's on there. And I just don't know how he's going to be able to clutch this one out with the amount of damage that he's taken. Yeah, because Guzzlord can just get an easy KO on this Grimmsnarl. Yeah,
I see in chat Tiki's plugging our tour. Away from the game for 1 second. We are based here in Austin, Texas. We were impacted by this horrible winter storm this last week. We're going to be throwing a charity tour, not this upcoming Saturday, but Saturday after. A donation to the Central Texas Food Bank gets you an entrance in the tour. Winner gets one of our wonderful ATX VGC choice bands, which are super awesome. Let's see. Yeah, my green screen's not messing with it. So, yeah, here we see that Guzzlord just goes ahead and picks up another KO with another max ooze, bringing itself up to, is it +6 special attack now?
Yeah, so that's an ooze boost and a KO and a beesh boost. So, yeah, it's again, classic staple of VGC 2021 when you're staring down a +6 Guzzlord.
Yeah, I mean, we started this set with the very classic lead of Reshiram plus Riolu, the Riri core, as it's been dubbed here in the stream. And now we're seeing, the +6 Guzzlord, the absolute monster. Super unfortunate Nibs's Riolu was not. In fact, Prankster really hurting him out here, but now this Reshiram comes back in. Your Trick Room is expired. You're pressuring quite a bit of damage now with this Tapu Lele and this Reshiram.
Well, because the Riolu didn't go for Copycat that turn, I don't think the not having Prankster really affected much. Like, it delayed him getting an attack boost and a defense boost, but he was already +2.
Yeah, he already made the KO. But yeah, if he had been Prankster and had Copycat, he could have reversed the Trick Room, immediately KO'd the Dusclops and been in a position where, denying Adam any kind of Trick Room here, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, so at this point, it is going to be really tough. I think I actually saw this. Is there one more turn of Trick Room? I might have missed that in the excitement of the raid.
I mean, like, even if there's not any turns of Trick Rooms left right now, like, Lele, oh, that's a very interesting switch out. Like, Lele was at +1 special defense. It can kind of just wall these two if it goes for another Calm Mind. Guzzlord could just get a KO, so you can't really even afford to ignore it. Yeah, there's no way that Lele lives this. It's
No.
+6 Sludge Bomb. Again, classic Guzzlord.
Guzzlord doing Guzzlord things.
Both of these guys brought the techs. Like, these were, like, really well-built teams. That Earth Power does a lot of damage. Twisted Dimensions go back to normal. Is there a way for Nibs to win this? I think he has to, like, crit a Draco Meteor onto the Guzzlord.
Yeah. I mean,
and
that's
and
one
then-
possibility.
I think he has to crit every single attack from now on. Zacian has just enough health to get a substitute off, which is obviously super bad. Draco Meteor comes off. I don't know if this gets the KO. Draco Meteor is a super
That's a
strong
crit.
move. Okay.
Is it?
I don't.
No, not
no,
even a crit. Didn't even need a crit.
Yeah. I think I was just thinking of a crit just in case like Lele came in for the Zacian. But again, like I think that Nibs has to crit every single attack from now.
Yeah, now that he's at -2, it's gonna be really tough. Faring down, a dragon type here, dragon fire, facing down 2 fairy types. So really, your only type attacks that you can go for are the Earth Power, and the Zacian, obviously substituted, means you're gonna have to hit it twice before you can take it out. I don't believe Reshiram gets access to any kind of sound-based moves that could bypass that substitute. If it could, right now would be a great time to reveal that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think like Moonblast in close combat into another Moonblast in close combat because like Nibs can't both get a KO, and see, like close combat's just a 2-hit KO, so he'd have to have like a spread move that somehow bypassed the substitute, like Clanging Skulls, but I think that's Saiyan, thank you so much for the raid.
Thanks so much for the
But that's a
raid.
dragon move, so they would have been immune to it anyway.
Yeah, exactly. That's what and Nibs unfortunately pinned here pretty rough. But that was a really fun set here. That was the grudge match. That is 2 Torchy's tacos going to Adam Sand Tacos, true to his name, and as well as an order of queso. I will be sending those through DoorDash later. That's some of the stuff you might get here on the ATX VGC Monday Night Friendlies. If y'all, thanks to all of our new raiders here from both Jin's stream as well as Saiyan's stream. If y'all are new here and you want to check more of these ATX VGC Monday Night Friendlies, go ahead and drop a follow. We stream every single Monday night.